So you and I just spoke a couple of days ago, Scott. You predicted this. Did you expect that she would resign this week?
Not at the time that we spoke. I thought they might keep her around. The Conservatives might keep her around for appearances until after the fiscal statement on Halloween. But in the last 24 hours, there has just been chaos. You mentioned that the Home Secretary, Sue Ellen Braverman, resigned either because she wanted to set up to replace Liz Truss or she was negligent in a security breach over use of her phone. But then last night, we had just amazing scenes at the House of Commons where the Conservative whips were like almost bullying their own MPs into the right lobby to put down a motion for a debate on fracking, even though the Conservatives have committed to a review of fracking. So when the Conservative Party cannot even run itself, when it comes to the Commons, when it comes to the country, when there is no semblance of order, then yes, Liz Truss had to go simply because she was the prime minister, even if the disaster that she has contributed to is probably going to go on, no matter who replaces her in 10 Downing Street.
There was a whole process in choosing the new Conservative leader. How did it go? I'm going to ask you the same question I asked you the other day. How did it go so wrong so quickly?
Well, I mean, there's two things here. First of all, you're quite right to bring this up because at the start of September, when Liz Truss won the vote amongst Conservative members, even though there's only 170,000 who get to vote, everybody in the Conservative world was like, oh, great, she's wonderful. The second coming of Margaret Thatcher.
Yeah.
This will bring new life. Exactly. And so, first of all, the Tories were defying reality in thinking that a change in leadership from Boris Johnson would magically get rid of the problems they created. And then secondly, Liz Truss proved to be incompetent. And I'm sorry to be mean, if that sounds mean, but she was incompetent. She and her cabinet, and they carried the responsibility as well, went in and rather than evaluating the political and economic issues, they charged in like a hyperactive bull in a very fragile china shop, and they just put in these sweeping tax cuts with no clue on how they were going to fund them. And at the moment that that happened, which was at the end of September, indeed within hours, the markets, the financial sector, the business sector reacted and said, this is not tenable. And so all of a sudden, within a space of 4 weeks, Liz, the shining Thatcher 2.0, had become Liz the albatross that was going to drag the country further down than we were even in the 1970s when Thatcher took power.
Okay, so now the Conservatives are searching for a new leader, which I believe is expected to be, that person is expected to be chosen within a week. When is a general election? Because I'm wondering how much support there is for the Conservative Party in Britain after all of this.
The general election, and people are saying, oh, well, they have to have a general election now because they don't have legitimacy. Legally, they don't have to go to the country until December 2024, 5 years after the previous general election. And they're going to drag their heels as long as possible before making any commitment. Because, again, just to repeat where we are on the projections from the opinion polls, if the general election was held today, out of 650 members of the British Parliament, the House of Commons, 411 would be from the opposition Labour Party, 135 Conservatives. That would be a bigger swing against the Conservatives than even 1997 when you had the wave behind Tony Blair. So the Tories right now are electoral poison. They've got to find the antidote, but their problem is that they won't be able to find an antidote very quickly, given that Britain's heading into recession with its highest inflation in 40 years, and with the anchor of Brexit dragging our trade, our investment, and our financial position down.
Scott Lucas, glad you could be with us today. Scott is a political analyst and professor of international politics at the University College Dublin. We'll talk to you again.